The walls were smeared with blood. Holes were bashed in the walls. Body tissue was found in a closet. The wardrobe door was ripped off its hinges. And Fidel Lopez couldn't explain any of it. This is the story of the gruesome murder of the 34-year-old Maria Nemeth. To her neighbors, Maria Nemeth was among the sweetest, kindest people they had ever met. She was loved and had a great reputation. According to Dan Carter, Nemeth was a very gentle, very private, soft-spoken young lady. Debbie Katz, another of her neighbors, is of the same belief that Nemeth was a good person. She described Nemeth as a very sweet, loving girl. Before her death, Nemeth was employed as a leasing agent for an apartment complex. She met Fidel Lopez at a club during that time, and the two fell in love. Nemeth was a Peruvian native who moved to the United States in her teenage years, settling in Miami-Dade County, South Florida. She took up several jobs over the years, including office and retail gigs. The 26-year-old Fidel Lopez, on the other hand, hails from Havana, Cuba. He left his hometown for the United States when he was only 15 to join his father, who was already in the country. At the time of his arrest, Lopez worked at the 595 truck stop on 2705 Burris Road in Davis, Florida. Broward court records revealed that Nemeth had left a marriage previously, which, unfortunately, was a factor in her death. The marriage lasted for 8 years before they split up. However, they weren't officially divorced, only merely separated. Nemeth's relationship with Lopez was only 1 year in when tragedy struck. At the time of their meeting, he had 2 kids and was living with their mother. As the relationship grew over time and became more serious, Nemeth and Lopez decided to move in together. First, they found a place in Hollywood. Then they relocated to Hialeah to put up with Lopez's family as they searched for a new place. They soon found and paid for a place at Colonnade Residences in Sunrise. Nemeth was the leading manager of the apartment complex, so they easily moved in. Then, a week into their stay at the new place, Lopez returned home from the truck stop to Nemeth, who had done some cooking. The couple had rice, chicken, and beans for dinner before driving up to Hialeah to meet and spend time with Lopez's mother. Lopez recounted that he took Nemeth to Chili's restaurant that same night, where they ordered some margaritas before making another stop at the ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. There, he got them a bottle of tequila, which they took back to their house in Sunrise. The same night, they did some tequila shots, even cutting up some limes and garnishing the glasses with salt. All the while, they blasted some music on a cell phone and downed half of the bottle. All seemed to be going well, until it wasn't. The time was 3:39 a.m., September 20th, 2015, when Lopez called 911.
911, what's your emergency?
"She's not breathing. She's not breathing. She's gonna die. Send the ambulance. Send the ambulance," he cried out on the other side of the call. The Sunrise Police Department quickly drove up to his apartment and met a monstrous crime scene. According to the police report, the closet door had been ripped out and was on the hallway floor, and there were holes in the drywall. The rear sliding glass door had been shattered. They found Nemeth in the bathroom, lying in a pool of her own blood, with her intestines, vaginal canal, and body tissues sprawled over the floor. She was pronounced dead at the scene, less than 30 minutes after Lopez's initial call to 911. During an interview with detectives, Lopez said that he and Nemeth were drinking tequila inside his apartment when they began to have rough sex. He said Nemeth then went into the bathroom to vomit, and he later found her having trouble breathing, so he called 911. The crime scene video shows the apartment's interior covered with blood. Detectives confirmed that the largest pool of blood appears to be in the closet, where the couple was having their rough sex. when Nemeth called out her ex-husband's name. Cops and detectives admitted seeing an open tequila bottle, sliced limes, a smashed sliding glass door, and a hole in the wall. Detectives initially thought Nemeth may have tried to perform an abortion on herself before they quickly pieced together the grisly crime. Alongside the crime scene footage, cops also released video of Lopez's interrogation. CBS Miami reported, "Fidel, this is not a case of rough sex," one of the detectives can be heard telling Lopez. During interrogation, the detective advised him, "You have to do the right thing and tell the truth." Lopez insisted that he loved Nemeth. "She's a good girl," he said. "She's a perfect girl, man. She's my love." After hours of interrogation, Lopez cracked, admitting that he lost his anger after Nemeth called him by her ex-husband's name during sex. Lopez said that Nemeth became very intoxicated, and they ended up inside the closet, where they started to have sex. It was during sex that Nemeth said the name of her ex-husband twice, enraging him. Lopez began to break things throughout the apartment, shattering the sliding glass door and punching holes in the walls. He then returned to the closet where Nemeth was lying unconscious and began to insert several items into her. "She changed my name," he said. "She called me the name of the other fucking guy, and she said it twice, and she was wrong, and she was confusing me with him. At that point, I got mad," he said. "I got really, really mad." Lopez said he carried Nemeth to the bathroom and tried to put water on her face to wake her up, but she never regained consciousness. He then washed the blood off of his hands in the bathroom sink, went outside to smoke a cigarette, and then began to panic, taking items from the closet to cover up the bloody tissue. When he returned to the bathroom to check on Nemeth, Lopez noticed that she wasn't breathing, so he decided to call 911. Prosecutor Sherry Tate told the court during his hearing that in addition to pulling Nemeth's intestines, Lopez also molested the victim by putting a hair straightener and beer bottles in her vagina. Lopez admitting pulling internal tissue from Nemeth's body whilst she was passed out. Fidel Lopez was sentenced to life in prison on Thursday, the 3rd of August, 2016, in a Fort Lauderdale courtroom. He pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and sexual battery of Maria Nemeth in September of 2015. He changed his plea in order to avoid the death penalty. What a smart guy. He's afraid of a death penalty after killing another human being in one of the most gruesome ways possible. Broward County Judge Ilana Holmes sentenced Lopez to life in prison after listening as Nemeth's uncle read a letter on behalf of her family, saying that only God would determine his fate. Under the terms of the plea agreement, Lopez will not be eligible for parole and cannot appeal this sentence. Before he was sentenced to life in prison, Lopez apologized through a translator to the victim's family. "Today, I'm happy to fulfill this conviction. I know that what I did has to be paid, and I agree. I will pay with my life for the life I took," said Lopez. To Maria's family, "I ask forgiveness." His mother also appeared in court to apologize to Nemeth's family. "We'd like to apologize in the whole sense of the word. We are sorry. Everything that has happened to them has happened to us as well," she said. Nemeth's family told the judge they remain devastated and have only Maria's memory to cling to. "If I had to summarize the life of Maria, it would be very difficult to express it in just a few lines. I just want to tell you all that she was and will continue to be a model of affection, effort, perseverance, and love of humanity," said a translator for Maria's father. Defense attorney Gabe Ermine said, "Mr. Lopez was very remorseful, and as evidenced by what he did today, he took full responsibility, accepts full responsibility, and decided to accept the plea, which is life in prison."